Tassam bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. Namo tassam bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. Namo tassam bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. So today's lesson, based on one question that one devotee she asked when we have a group discussion on meditation. Because why meditate? Try to meditate. We often go sleeping. That's why how to against the nodding off when we practice meditation. How to wake ourselves up during meditation section. So that's why we have today's lesson. The lesson is based on the teaching in numerical discourse of the Buddha. So one time, Venerable Moggallana, Venerable Moggallana, the second chief disciple of the Buddha. So at that time, he didn't attain arahantship. He still practiced on the way, to become an arahant, noble person. So when he tried so hard to practice meditation, he nodding off, fell asleep. So at that time, the Buddha know and he come. So why Venerable Moggallana he fell sleepy? He's not lazy at all. He tried really hard, even so hard, too hard. For he live in a forest, deep in the forest, and every day he go to the village to go in the path, go for alms round, and then he go back to the forest and practice diligently. And for 7 days, continuously, he tried to do walking meditation. And then because he tried too hard, so his body become exhausted, really tired. And that's why when he just try to sit meditation, he fell asleep, nodding off. So at that time, the Buddha know that his disciple need his help. So he appeared and asked, Moggallana, are you nodding off? Moggallana, are you nodding off? So Venerable Moggallana replied, yes, sir, I'm nodding off. I'm sleepy. So the Buddha gave some suggestion to overcome the nodding off, the sleepy, the drowsiness. So first, the drowsiness occur when you were meditating on whatever perception. Don't focus on such perception. Don't cultivate on such perception. So when you meditate, any perception, that thinking that you have in your mind, and because of that thinking, because of that perception, it can the drowsiness, the sleepiness can occur from them, from these perception, from these thinking. Just ignore it. Don't focus on it. Don't cultivate on it. And because of that way, the drowsiness can be abandoned when you try to practice in that way. So in the book called in this very life of Madita Sayadaw, he suggests that. So when you meditate, if you fall into sleepy, drowsiness occur, so you don't just keep one object. You add more object to you. For example, when the people they practice meditation, they focus on the rising and falling of the abdomen or the going out and in of the breath. So you add more, like that how you sit, your bottom touch the ground. More than just the breathing. Yeah, note everything that happened, that occurred to you, so that you can overcome the drowsiness. That's the first one. The second one, if that doesn't work, if it doesn't work, so you try another way by think about or consider the teaching that you have heard or you have learned, and examine that teaching in your mind in detail. Thinking, remember, recall the teaching that you have heard. Thinking about that in detail, and that can wake your mind up. Uh, the thinking about or considering in Pali we call anuvitaka or and anuvichara. Anu means follow. Vitaka and vichara is can be translated like the application of the mind. So when the person practice meditation, there are five kind of hindrances can cover him from attain kind of concentration. So among them, there will be sleepiness, drowsiness, sloth and torpor, and another one is doubt. So with the power of such the application, you can overcome these things. With the power of vitaka, the apply application, you can overcome the sloth, the torpor, the drowsiness, and with the sustained application, you can overcome the doubt. So how to understand that application to the mind? So it is a part of the mind that direct the mind to the object, that mount the mind to the object. You can have the understand through one example that the power of the vitaka, it's just like the bird go fly up to the sky, and vitaka help the bird fly up to the sky, and then vichara help the bird keep balance in the sky. So in the same way, vitaka and vichara, that application of thought, that help you to focus on the object, and that will wake you up in that way. So if it doesn't work, you will try it step by step. If it doesn't work, the Buddha gave another method that we should recite what we have heard, what we have learned, the teaching loudly, so can wake ourselves up. If you stay alone, that's okay. You speak, you recite loudly. But if you stay in the together in a group, you can recite, but for yourself only. Then, with the help of that, thinking and reciting may wake you up. If it doesn't work, try the fourth method, that you pull both of your ear, rub your limb with your hand, and keep yourself up with the physically. That's the fourth one. If it doesn't work, try another one. Stand up, go to flush your face, your eyes with water. Wake yourself up in that way, and see around, look at around all of the direction, or if at night, look to the sky, look at the moon, the sky, and with the seeing like that, I use the picture, open your eyes widely, then it will help you some way. And if it doesn't work that way, you will need to do the what we call is kasina, the light kasina. So there are one object for samatha meditation called light kasina. You look at it's just like you point the torch like in front of your face. So because of the light, you cannot sleep because the light in front of you. So in the same way, you take the light of the sun or the light of the moon and make it become larger, and then the light is like that in front of you, like that. You cannot sleep with the light kasina like that. It is not exactly the light kasina, because with that light kasina, if it's strong enough, you can attain the jhana absorption. But we not develop up to that. We just need that light enough for ourselves to wake up only. Or you can use the power of the wisdom. So if you have the light of the wisdom, it can wake you up too. So if it doesn't work that way, try another one. Now you set up a place or a walking weight for meditation, walking meditation. That path not so short, not so long, and enough to walk. And during walking meditation, you should know in front of you and behind you. So in front and behind his have two meaning. The in front physically, and in front means about the time too. So how to do that? So the people, they when they do walking meditation, they know everything happen, the movement of the body, like how you step, and the movement of your body when you step, when you lift up your leg, your foot, like up and down, how you touch the ground, every movement you know about that. And in front and behind, previously and after, that mean that you don't let your mind go anywhere during walking meditation, like thinking about other things. You know, some people when they do walking meditation, they look at the ground, they see grass, and they think they want to pull the grass, or they look up, there's a flower, beautiful flower, and they want to see it and to pluck the flower. So it's not that way. So when do walking meditation, just focus only for walking meditation only. Just know whatever happened, the movement of the body, every step like that, and then finish the walking path. Then go back, turn and go back. You know, all the time like that. So in front and behind, or previously and after that. So that is the seventh one. But if that way doesn't work, if that way it doesn't work, so this is the last option. Actually, it's not a way anymore, because at that time your body really tired and you need to rest. So the Buddha said that you should lie down on the right side, just like the lion posture. You know, you see the statue of the Buddha, he lie down one side. So do the same way with your foot on another one. And when you lying down like that, with the with mindfulness and with the thinking, like when I need to wake up, I will wake up. You know, sometimes we in the morning we wake up, but we don't want to get up. We just lying down, thinking or checking phone, or want to lie more lazy like that. But the Buddha not encourage us to do like that, because it we indulge in ourselves in enjoyment of the sleeping. So when you wake up, get up immediately and make yourself get ready to wake up. So we not enjoy too much in sleeping or in resting or or drowsing. So it good for our meditation. So that is the way the Buddha encouraged us. First, if we feel sleepy, we need to not to focus on that perception, not to focus on that thinking. Add more object, add more object, then to note. Then second, if it not work, second, think about, remember, recall of the teaching, the Buddha teaching that we have learned. Try to remember and examine in detail. If it doesn't work, recite it by yourself, loudly, or for yourself to listen to. If it doesn't work, pull your ear, rub your body, your feet, your limbs, wake yourself. If it doesn't work, stand up, go to plus with water, look up the sky or the direction, open your eye widely. Then if it doesn't work, use the light, the power of the light, because the power of the light can wake us up. The power of the light, like the sun, like the moon, or with the light of the wisdom. If it doesn't work that way, try to walking meditation, because when you walk, it's difficult to sleep, but sometimes it can be sleeping during walking too. Yeah, but for walking, not to close your eye, look down, but not to close your eye, okay? And know every movement of the body. every moment and every time of the action. And if it doesn't work that way too, we just still feel sleepy, then go to sleep. But sleep in mindfulness, not just sleep and enjoy the sleeping. So in that way, it will help for your meditation. And after listening to the teaching of the Buddha, Venerable Moggala tried really hard. Then he attained the Arhat. So why drowsiness? Why sleepiness is not recommended for the one who try to meditation, because sleepiness, drowsiness, sloth, harbor, something like that, is the part of moha, ignorance, is a part of them. And you know that ignorance is not good. Is a defilement of the mind. It's not good for ourselves. And the person who developed the defilement, especially the ignorance, will drag him down, not put him up, and not the wholesome one. It's not like the wholesome one. And in a previous lesson, I told you that the person who have more moha, more ignorance, more delusion, that person will have a chance to go down to the animal kingdom. And in the commentary of the Dhammasangini talk about that. And we don't like to be in the animal kingdom, right? Because animal, even they are smart, they are in a rich family, they enjoy much luxury things, but they still an animal. Because all of their life just greed, anger, and delusion, and not anything else than that. They cannot practice meditation. They don't have good, wholesome mind. Then just that, and it's a misery than a lucky life. So we are human beings. We are lucky than them because we have mind, we have thinking, and we know which is right, which is wrong, which is wholesome, which is unwholesome, and we can avoid ourselves from the unwholesome part. And we practice the wholesome one and make our life better. But animal, they don't have the chance. Even the animal we may say that they have much punya, much merit, but they still animal. So I'd like to share with you the one story in the time of the Buddha. Lady Sujata, Sujata, she's when she was a young lady, she have a wish. She went to the tree and make a wish. It's the Indian culture. She go to the tree and wish that if I married in a good family, good husband, good family, I will offer the milk rice to the tree, to the tree devata, to the tree deity, the tree spirit, tree deity. Then after that, she married to a good family. Then every year she go to offer the milk rice to the tree. Up to that day, 20 years. So, but that on that day, one day, that her maid saw an ascetic sit under the tree and practice meditation, and her maid said that, wow, now today the spirit of the tree appear, the deity appear for them to offer. They really happy. So the Lady Sujata and her maid prepare milk rice with all their heart and bring to offer the ascetic sit under the tree. And that ascetic is the Buddha to be. He's trying to become a Buddha. He practiced to become a Buddha. So when he offered like that, when our Bodhisattva, when our Buddha to be renounced, there are one Brahma Gatikara, his old friend, to offer his robe and alms bowl, clay alms bowl. But during that time, the clay alms bowl disappear, and Bodhisattva, the Buddha to be, don't have anything to receive the food. And Lady Sujata know that, see that, she noting that. Then she gave him a dish or a bowl made by gold. And when she gave him like that, he surprised and don't know what to do. And she know what he thinking. Then she said, "I offer you these things too, to for you to keep and to use whatever you want." And when she offered like that, her mind really happy because that bowl is made by gold and really like treasure. It costs like 100,000 gold coins at that time. It's really expensive, but for her, she really happy that she just gave him just like giving an old leaf, you know. Then after that, he took after eating, he took the dish, the bowl, and take a shower in the river, take a bath in the river, and put the bowl on the river and make a wish, make a determination that if I become a Buddha, so may the bowl, may the dish go upstream against the stream. Then it happened. It go against the stream for a while, and it sink down to the river. And when it sink down to the river, it met with another bowl of previous Buddha. So in this earth, in previous there are three more Buddha, right? So our Buddha is the fourth one. So it met with the other bowl of the previous Buddha. It make the sound cling cling when the metal meet each other, and it let the Naga called Mahan Kala, and he know. Oh, today there's a Buddha will appear in the world. Yesterday another one. Today is the new one. So that's point I need you to think about that. The Naga, even he has power, but he's still in animal kingdom, right? He has more power than us too, but he in the animal kingdom. No. And for him, he lived a long life. So the time between two Buddha is really long, right? So from the time our Buddha passed away until now, like more than 2,500 years, but not finished yet. So between the time of two Buddha, really long, but for him, just like yesterday and today, he stayed very long life. He said good merit. He has merit, right? But he's still animal. And what else for his life? He cannot attain arahantship. He cannot practice to attain noble person. So if you want to be a noble person, if you want to eradicate all defilement, become an arahant, you should be a human being, not in the animal kingdom. And if you want to let yourself away from animal kingdom, try to prevent ignorance, delusion. And the first one is drowsiness, sleep, and torpor. So that's why avoid sleep, sloth, torpor, sleepiness, drowsiness during meditation is really important. It is even it look like a small problem, but it can be a big problem too. Because the person who try to practice meditation, if they cannot overcome the drowsiness, lately it become a habit. And every time you sit down, every time you sleep, and that's not good anymore. Yeah. So to be in the animal kingdom or to be in a human world, it depends on you. It depends how you try hard. So in this Sutta Nipata, the Buddha encouraged that should not overindulge in sleep, should be devoted to wakefulness ardent. So should not overindulge in sleep. How to understand? the Nidesa explained that if we can divide the day and night into 6 parts, so should wake up in 5 portion and lie down in 1 portion. So at least 24 hours, at least you have 4 hours to sleep. At least, not recommend for everyone, but at least, because our body needs to sleep. You cannot wake up all day. Even the Buddha, he sleep too, but he sleep peacefully. He sleep with mindfulness, with wake up, not like us. We want to sleep day and night along. So at least we sleep at least 4 hours a day, or nowadays we can say 6 or 8 hours a day. We need enough sleep. Some meditator they misunderstand about virya, about the effort that they try really hard. They sleep late, really late night, like 12, like 1 in the o'clock at night, and then they wake up early in the morning, like 4 hours, 4 in the morning. So this is not that way. You need to know yourself how your body need to, how long your body need to rest, but not too much, not overindulgent in sleep, not too much, not too short, not too much, in the middle way. And be devote yourself to wakefulness. Even your body need to sleep, but you sleep with mindfulness. And when you wake up, get up immediately, not to lie down and enjoy the sleeping too much. And ardent means you have effort. Try hard not to give up easily. Not to give up easily when you have drowsiness, when you have sleepy in your meditation. You know your problem and you try hard to overcome it. And it makes yourself better. So today we have the lesson on against the nodding off, sleepiness, drowsiness, and there are several ways the Buddha suggests us to overcome it. And if yourself really tired, your body needs to rest, so should come to rest, but mindfulness and wake up with mindfulness. So thank you for your listening.
Okay, we have a discussion time. We have about 30 minutes. So, speaking of drowsiness, it happens to everyone, not just one particular, and it's not something that to be ashamed or embarrassed of, because it's natural. Okay, it's natural because when our body is so tired, it needs to rest. It needs to do some recovering. So the drowsiness can happen in 2 ways, bodily and mentally. Bodily, because we have a long day of work, a lot of physical work, and our body need time to recuperate, need to rest, to restore its energy. So if you have a very busy day, and if you try to meditate, more likely that you fall asleep because your body need to rest. So you have to make a decision. You have to check, yourself when you are drowsy. But you know that, okay, did I have a full day of work? Did I work, physically very hard? So should I rest before I meditate? If you have to rest and meditate, because let's say you have a physical tired that you need to rest, and some people are saying that if I rest, then I can't meditate. So what should I do? If you are tired, you're bodily tired, you need to rest, but you still want to meditate, then you need to divide your time out. Usually, when you're physically sleepy, tired, you can actually, you can either take a nap, maybe 15 minutes, as long as you doze into your sleep, and then you wake up, you'll be refreshed. That's like when you are driving on the road a long distance, and there will be time that you feel very drowsy, you need to sleep. That you need to take a rest. Otherwise, if you persist to drive with a drowsiness, you might get into an accident. So this is how I did it. I pull into a rest area or some convenience store somewhere in the parking lot, and I doze out for 15 minutes. Then I get out and I feel so alert and awake, and I can drive, much further. So like that too. At home, you make a determination that you just go and take a nap for 15 minutes, doze in a little bit. You have to sleep, not just like lying there. We have to like doze in. Then you wake up after 15 or 30 minutes. Then you can meditate. For sure, you can meditate, the whole night. But if you don't, you persist to sit and don't rest, it's pointless because you keep falling asleep and you keep fighting against it and cannot get out of it. So drowsiness can be, caused by the physical, tired. You need to check that. And it can also cause because of the food that you eat. Let's say you eat like eat something that very, let's say that like fried food can get you very drowsy. You have a full stomach, can make you very drowsy. Like you meditate right after you eat. So that's the thing that you need to avoid. If that's the case, let's say you have to meditate right after you eat, then suggest that you do walking meditation first, do reverse. Usually people do sitting meditation and then walking meditation to balance the physical out. But in this situation, you just ate and meditate, then you should do some walking meditation first just to kind of, digest your food out a little bit. Okay. So food is a factor that makes you drowsy when you meditate. Physical can be a factor. And the second part of it is the mental one. When you feel drowsy, let's say you have a restful night of sleep, you didn't eat any fried food or didn't have a full stomach, but then everything fine. But then again, you still feel drowsy when you meditate. It means that your mind, the mental one, is the one that is sleepy because you are bored with the meditation. You are bored with the object. You don't have any interest in it. That's why you feel drowsy. That is the time that you need to be very you should make a strong, big effort to persist it. You cannot listen to your body and go to sleep. If that's the case, you will always sleep. So if it's a mental drowsiness, then you need to make an effort. Don't go to bed. Don't sleep at all. You need to try a different way. One way is to keep your eyes open. Okay? Don't close your eye. Drowsy, sleepy practitioner often close their eye. When you listen to someone talk, listen to the Dhamma talk, people often close their eye because they want to concentrate on the listening. So that's why they close their eye. But you have the drowsiness, problem right now. If you close your eye, automatically you fall asleep. So don't close your eye. You have to open your eyes. That's one thing. If that doesn't work, when you meditate and then you still feel, then you can face the wall, open your eyes. But if you open your eyes, you can be distracted by the thing that you see. So you need to look at the wall, the white wall. The white one also helps your eye, the light or the color of the white can actually make you wake up. And you look at the wall because there's no object for you to look at. So you won't be distracted. If that doesn't work, you can go out and do walking meditation or do walking meditation, or you add more object for you to contemplate while you meditate. Let's say, for example, the object of your meditation is Anapana, which is the in-breath and out-breath, aware of the in-breath and out-breath. If that's not enough, you need to add more. Like when you in-breath, you contemplate on touching the ground, your bottom touching the ground on the floor, hardness. Out-breath, you also note that. Or you can add more object for you to note, You can note the sensation on your nose, your nostril, when the air goes in, the air goes out, the touching on the floor. Or you can even recite the number, like he mentioned it. Like you take in the deep breath, let out the breath, count 1, and then again to 10, and then come back. Don't go all the way to 100 or 1,000. Okay, start with 1. A lot of Buddhists try to do from 1 to 8. Remind them of the Eightfold Noble Path. whatever the number that you do, just keep it small and then come back and again. Again, there's several ways to counteract the drowsiness. If not, then you just don't try. You just continue to fall asleep when you meditate. It become a habit. It become a habit. It become a condition. You've been conditioned that every time you sit down, you fall asleep, and it's become a problem. And whether you have a restful night, whether you don't have anything to eat, empty stomach, everything, every time you sit down, you fall asleep because you've been conditional. That's the way it is. Like a lot of people say, I don't understand. Every time I go to the meditation hall, I listen to the Dhamma talk, I start falling asleep. Because you train yourself, by the time someone pick up the microphone and talk, you fall asleep. Because you train that way. You've been conditional. You've been conditionalized. So try to overcome it. Otherwise, all your life, you practice and you fall asleep. And if you keep falling asleep, you go nowhere. And in fact, the worst case is the moha state of mind. The moha means the ignorance state of mind. That's you are inclined to the moha characteristic. You might end up being an animal, reborn as an animal, because animals are very ignorant. They can be very intelligent, but more like survival rather than knowledge in terms of morality or any of the truth about life. A lot of people say, wait a minute, you can't say animals are ignorant, stupid. They're very intelligent. My dog very intelligent. Yes, they're intelligent in the survival way. They figured out how to survive. They're intelligent, yes, no doubt. But they don't know what is right, what is wrong, what is wholesome and unwholesome. And you might say, wait a minute, my dog knows what is right, what is wrong. Not to pee in the house. That's wrong. That's right? Not pee in the house, because the dog knows that if you pee in the house, it would upset the owner. So he tried to not to pee in the house, try not to upset the owner. Not because he think that this is the right thing to do, right? The right thing to do for him is to please his owner, so his owner can love him and take good care of him. So it's all about the surviving. Okay, so animal is very ignorant, very deluded. They don't know anything beside of the instinct of greed, anger, and delusion. Okay, you don't want to be in that situation. And he mentioned that, like the predict called the celestial or devil animal. They have a very, very long life, like this dragon called the serpent dragon, the serpent snake king. It has a very, very, very long life, billion of years compared to human life. Compared that he witnessed 4 Buddha already appear in the earth, and each Buddha has a very, very long time. So their lifespan is very long, and yet still an animal cannot attain any noblehood. So doesn't matter a dog born in a very rich family wearing diamond that some people would never dream of, but they have diamond, but they don't know the value of the diamond. They don't know the beauty of it, right? They just know like, if you give me good food, I taste good, I'm happy. So I don't care about multi-thousand-dollar diamond. They don't care. They don't know any of that, right? So being an animal is not easy at all. Okay, so you don't want to be in that situation. So you need to fight. That's why the Buddha appeared to help you to fight to get out of the ignorance, to be free from the ignorance. I mean, be free from the suffering. Okay, so don't allow yourself to be caught in that again and again and again. You need to work out of it. Yeah. I tell you this story. Like yesterday, we went to a dana, a donation as a devotee house, and there were many monks, came to the house to do the house blessing. And one of the Myanmar monk, he gave a very long Dhamma talk, a long talk, and he gave it in Burmese, in Myanmar language, and we don't understand what he was saying. But it was long, and the house was packed with people and not enough air. So most of us, if not all, fall asleep. And I didn't want to fall asleep because it looks bad for a monk to fall asleep. And, nobody looks good when they fall asleep. They look terrible when they sleep. You don't want to be seen sleeping. So I don't want to be seen sleeping. So I try to open my eyes at all costs. And he also. So only me and him I for sure that's, stayed awake. While I look around, they have different posture of sleep. It was so horrible. And so that's why I try my best to keep my eye open. And that's the only way I stay awake. So I don't allow myself to fall asleep that easy. Okay. And for that day, not just because it's a room with full of people, not enough air, and the talk was long, and I would say boring because I don't understand what it means. It was a long day for us too, because we monks wake up 4:00 in the morning. If we don't take a rest in the middle, like midday, it will be a very long, exhausting day. And then at that time, we have to do chanting and all that. So it's considered to be a very long and exhausting day. And obviously, we're physically tired. We fall asleep. And they help us, rock us into sleep. But the only way to fight back is to keep our eyes open. So I have to stay awake and have to keep myself, proper, sitting proper, right? So I have to sit upright and, and respect the talk, right? And try not to fall asleep. But if I close my eye, I pass out right away. And when I pass out, I'm sure I don't look good in the picture. And the devotee look at us and they look at the monk, look at the monk, the way they sit, the way they sleep, doesn't look good at all. So that's why we have to be very careful. So my point is, if you feel you are sleepy, then don't close your eyes. Try to open it at all costs. And if you can stand up, stand up. If you can do walking meditation, you should do walking meditation, or touching or pinching or whatever to wake you up. Or go out and wash your face with a cold water, thing like that. Okay. And then also when we monks have a very disciplined life, by reading on that, not to overindulge in sleep. When the alarm, strike for us to wake up in the morning, we have to wake up. We don't lay on bed and try to get lazy. So that's another way to help us to overcome any drowsiness as well. Okay. So any questions? Naga? Mm-hmm. Naga. Well, they not respect in the way like prostrate or homage, or we don't worshiping. Yeah, I don't recommend as a Buddhist to recommend you to worship this kind. Even the tree spirit and thing like that, it's not recommend to worship, but we give them the respect.
Respect, but not worship. Like we respect each other. Like you have your own place to stay, I have my own place to stay. Helping each other, okay, but not worship them.
Yeah,
because
there's a difference between worship and respect, right? I respect you as a human being, as a Buddhist. Before I do something, I have to be considerate. I need to respect your space, not to overreach, thing like that. Don't anger each other. Don't look down on each other, thing like that. But worshiping is different. Worshiping is you you bow down to them, to submit to them, and to like something like the Buddha not recommend, because that's promote suffering. Oh, excuse me. Can I get some water? I have a very dry. Yeah. So more like superstitious. That's not recommended. Yeah, I know people tend to think that being that has power, you you worship them so that they can grant you favor or protect you. Sorry about that. Sorry. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Just the same way, let's say that you are a very powerful person. I'm talking about between human and human. You are a very powerful person. And if someone respect you or worship you, that you can help this person, sometimes you can help them. But you can also get angry at them and do harsh things to them, right? Same way. The being that has power with anger and greed and delusion still intact, like still have it, they can turn around and hurt you. And then the one who works with them learn nothing from them. They cannot be free from anger, greed, anger, and delusion, and also lead to a lot of suffering in the future. That's why the Buddha not recommend people to do this kind of worshiping, even though a lot of people, because of ignorance, they are afraid, they fear of the thing that might happen. So they worship thinking that this being can help them. But any being who still have greed, anger, and delusion, they still have defilement, and they could turn around and hurt you. Okay, so even though the Naga has superpower that could, help you or could hurt you, think anything could happen. The only thing that could help you at no condition is wholesome mind, state of mind. If you treat each other with wholesome mind, with all the wholesome good deed and all that, then the punya will protect you. The punya, the result from the wholesome deed, will protect you. First of all, if you don't hurt anyone, then nobody would want to hurt you. That's nature. That's natural like that. Imagine. So the wholesome deed will yield punya, wholesome result. That wholesome result will protect you in that way. So that's the best way to do it. But people tend not to do it that way. They tend to ask for favor, So not recommended. As a Buddhist, we are not recommended to do this kind of worship. The only worship that we do is the wholesome, the teaching of the Buddha to lead us to be free from this all kind of suffering.
Okay. Like in the story of Sujata, that's why I mentioned about Indian culture that she asked a favor from the tree that gave her a good family like that, but it's not recommended in Buddhist teaching. We know that the big tree there might be there are some deity live over there over the tree, taking of the tree like Rukkha Devata, but we just respect them, but we don't worship them. We respect them because we know that okay, that's their place. So before we do something with the tree, we should ask for permission, or we should let them know that we will do that. But we not worship them, like pay homage to them and ask for favors. Not Buddhist teaching. So what she did is just the culture of Indian at that time. We worship the Buddha. Actually, we not ask for his favor, but we pay homage to him. We show our respect to him because he is the moral person, and we try to follow his way, his footstep. But we not ask for his favor.
Yeah. Understand the difference between worship. Like we worship the Buddha, like we worship our teacher. We respect our teacher, our parents, because they are the one who guide us to be on the right path, the one who protect us, like parents protect their children, things like that. We respect them. But in the ancient, in Asia, in Asian culture, we often use the word worship because we think they are the superior, being for us, because they sacrifice for us, they protect us, they help us a lot. So that worship in that way, not worship in the way that you pray and get favor, because the natural way is nobody can grant any favors or punish us. Only the action, the result of the action can grant us the favor or the punishment, like that. So not recommended, even though the reason the Indian culture, the lady Sujata, she worshiped the tree spirit because beings in Buddhist term can be in different form, and they have different different power, different capabilities that compared to human. Some of them have more capability than human. They can do miraculous things because they have because of the punya, the merit that they have. They can do so much more than human can do, and because of that, some people did get some favor or something that good thing that happened to them. So they start believing that this is a powerful spirit can help me. So they start worshiping the spirit. But in Buddhist culture, not recommended that way. Yeah, but human nature, they tend to rely on some being that has some kind of power to help them, but not really do the work that you should do, like practice unwholesome deed and things like that. Yeah? But the wholesome deed is the one that protect you, not any other being. Yeah. Son, Brandon, do you have any questions? Okay, good. Okay.
Does this organization is a part of
Yes, you're correct. Right now, in Buddhist school, we have three major schools or denomination. One we call what's it? Vichara, right? That they belong more like practiced by Tibetan and thing, and then Mahayana is practiced in like China and Vietnam and many other countries. And we have Theravada. Theravada is what we call the most authentic, the most conservative, authentic, and we are Theravada practice here. Okay, yeah, and the Theravada practice mainly focus on meditation and very minimal ceremony rituals, but we focus strongly in the Pali Canon. The Pali Canon is more like most conservative and authentic way. So it can be very cut and dry, but for sure that we are focused mainly in the canon. Yeah. And the meditation we practice here we call Vipassana meditation, based on the Satipatthana, the four foundation of mindfulness. That's what we do here. And this type of meditation develop called insight. And from having the insight, you will have the right understanding, right thought, called the Eightfold Noble Path, to eventually be free from all the defilement we call suffering, like that. And we focus Vipassana or Satipatthana here. Okay, and if you're looking for this kind of meditation, this is the one. Okay. Next week, next Sunday, if you come back, I will give you more guidance on the technique how to sit and meditate and the object that you need to contemplate on. Yeah, start at 11 a.m. and then noon is when we have this course. And we are welcome and encourage you to have questions, whether pertaining to the lesson that we learned today or like today, or any question pertaining to Theravada teaching or meditation, all welcome. We're reluctant to talk about other religion, like comparison and contrast. We don't recommend because it's a sensitive matter. We don't want to get into it, but we strongly encourage you to have all kind of meditation questions or the Theravada Buddhist teaching. Okay, yeah. So at 1:00 is the time that we do chanting. Chanting is recite some of the Buddha teaching, and then we share merit. Today we do meditate, we listen to the talk. So that's a lot of wholesome deed that you punya or merit, and with that merit we share to all being. May they be happy, and may they learn the teaching and be free from all kinds of sufferings. Okay, so it's time.